What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another exciting personal finance video where I'm talking about gold and silver, investing, stocks, all that good stuff. If you're into that, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my website, My Road to Wealth and Freedom. Link will be in the description below. I just put out a post today about financial goals for the year. Tomorrow is a post about a really cool pre-33 USA gold coin. So check that out. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decision, including things like buying gold and silver, pursuing any of the financial strategies I discuss on this channel. Do your own research. The channel is for entertainment purposes only. All right, guys, thanks so much for sticking with me here. I got a really cool video today. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I got my USA Gold Buffaloes out today. As I was talking about in my prior video, I finally broke down and picked up what I think is a very cool, beautiful, iconic gold coin. It's a USA gold coin. It's pre-33, and here it is. It is a gold quarter eagle, $2.50, 1911, with that iconic Indian head, the Liberty with full headdress. A very beautiful coin. I just want to kind of flip it over here. On the front, you got the beautiful, that majestic bald eagle. United States of America. Just, these are beautiful coins. I've always wanted one. I'd like to get the $5 one, but I mean, there's some premiums involved. These are kind of like in the numismatic sort of realm. So you're not paying for gold content. You're paying a massive premium for a historic numismatic gold coin. But I don't know, the price of gold is so high today. It's around 1950 an ounce US. I don't care. These are just beautiful gold coins. I have no problem spending a bit of extra money to pick it up. And I have to admit, though, I was surprised at how small it is. I don't really have a comparison, but it's literally the size of a dime. If I can just show you how thin that coin is. If you guys are interested, it's 0.12094 ounces of gold. And these were minted from 1908 until 1929. The coin itself, 90% gold, 10% copper. I had showcased some old gold Canadian coins before, and they were the same thing, 90% gold, 10% copper. I think a lot of like the pre-World War I gold coins, or even like just world gold coins in general, I think most of them were all like 90% gold, 10% copper. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just like, I've been a lifelong coin collector. It's kind of in a way what got me into buying bullion and my comfort level, I guess, with holding things like gold and silver as investments, as stores of value. Yeah, it's I'm really happy to get a hold of this coin. These aren't like super rare. You can pick them up, but they're just really, really beautiful coins. They're a piece of Americana, a piece of history. I've always talked about, like, when you're looking at a coin like this is a coin that actually circulated. This coin itself, it's hard to grade because it has an incuse design, which means that the design is sunken in. There's no rim on the coin, so it's like there's some wear and tear. There's lights like dings and gouges and stuff like that. It's really hard to. But if you look at like the feathers, I would probably grade a coin like this. It's definitely an EF or better. It does have a ding by the chin, so I don't think it can be AU. But nonetheless, just a beautiful, iconic coin. They just don't make stuff like this anymore. Just these beautiful designs. There's an interesting story. President Theodore Roosevelt felt like the U.S. didn't have any beautiful coins, so he commissioned who was it? I think where is it? Bella Lyon Pratt to design some really good looking gold coins. And he came up with this design. Just a beautiful, I can't wait to get the $5 one. I mean, it's not cheap for to buy the $5, even in like XF or something like that. It would probably be about the cost of a half ounce of pure gold bullion. But I might just do it. They're just beautiful coins. Again, it's just like pieces of history, a piece of Americana. You wonder, like, this circulated. Who held this coin? How many people held this coin? There's so much history with coin collecting, and that I find really, really interesting. I love history. Um, I love reading about the past. I love thinking about what life was like back then, watching like documentaries. I mean, this is 1911. This is before World War One. This is before the Titanic sunk. What was life like back then? What could you buy with $1 or a coin like this? This is the coin has a face value of $2.50, which I find really neat because you don't usually see denominations like that. It's usually a $1, a 5, 10, 20, that type of thing. But just like a really, it's just fascinating to me. So yes, gold is super pricey these days, but at the same time, with that, I am looking to add some, I guess, premium coins to my collection, and I would very much like to get that $5 um, gold Indian head. I guess that is called a half eagle. The $5 is the quarter eagle, the $5 half eagle, 10 is an eagle, and then the 20 would be a double eagle. But I really want that coin. My guess is probably around summertime. Maybe I might try to pick it up. I mean, it's not cheap. It's probably going to be about 900 US dollars. So it's probably not super. It's definitely not like an investment in bullion or whatever. You are paying like some premium for the numismatic aspect of the coin. If you're not a coin collector, you won't care. You won't bother buying something like that. But I really do like these coins. These are just fantastically beautiful coins. I don't know. I don't even know if I'd even get like a whole collection or set of them, but they are just such iconic pieces, and I it's just a very attractive coin. Um, so definitely for sure the $5 on my radar. I gotta work my butt off to be able to afford that. Put away some real savings, but I think in the long run, I plan on keeping these forever. Um, Hopefully my children will inherit these one day and treasure them like I have, and maybe it might spur some questions. What was life like back then? Why did people have gold coins circulating, and what value? Interestingly, I looked at what $1 could buy you in I think it was 1900, but 1911 is not all that different. There wasn't that much inflation. They were on a gold standard. Prices were remarkably stable on the gold standard, unlike now where we're getting massive inflation prints every month now, 7-8%. Um, and it was just $1 in 1900. This was, I went to some website, could buy you I think like 7 pounds of steak or something crazy. Like, it's just incredible. um it just goes to show you like true value, the intrinsic value of gold, the gold standard and all that. So yeah, I thought I'd just kind of showcase this. I have a quarter ounce maple here. I think the $5 is similar in size to this quarter ounce. The $5 is a quarter, just slightly under quarter ounce of gold. So I definitely would love to get one of those. I can't wait to showcase it to you guys. Hope you guys appreciate these videos and like the content that I've been producing here. I'm trying to add value, trying to educate, and just kind of further the discussion. Um, Anyway, so we can talk about some other things that I did. I did end up um, purchasing another 1 ounce gold buffalo on the dip. Wasn't much of a dip, but just for I just kind of wanted to add a little bit of weight. I really don't like what I'm seeing here. For a while, last 2 years, I've been kind of on the fence. What's going to happen with deflation, with inflation. We are seeing real, true inflation in month after month after month. The Bank of Canada raised a quarter point a month ago. Yesterday, the Federal Reserve raised a quarter point. I mean, that is such a joke. I saw oil selling off in the morning, gold, all this stuff. And as soon as they came out with the meeting and raised a quarter point, they claim they're going to do six more this year. Inflation, like even six more, you're talking about 1.75%. Um, we have inflation. We're getting inflation at 8% now. Who knows what it's going to be next month? Maybe 10% they're forecasting. Inflation is spiraling out of control. Of course, the war in Ukraine's not helping at all. Oil, we have real shortages. The energy, there's a huge energy crunch globally. I saw yesterday the Saudis are considering, I don't know if they agreed to or if they're considering to, so don't quote me on this, but the headline on CNBC was that they're looking to sell their oil priced in yuan. That doesn't bode well for the U.S. dollar as the world reserve currency, and that's kind of what a lot of these guys were saying. Um, the U.S. I guess the status of the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency is increasingly being called into question. It is, being undermined. Some of it has to do with their sanctions against, Russia, against Iran, against these countries. Other has to do with, just devaluing the dollar by, record high levels of deficit spending, money printing. A lot of sovereign governments don't want to hold U.S. treasuries because of that. And then I think the whole Russia sanction thing, kicking them out of SWIFT, seizing assets and all that, that's kind of spooked a lot of countries as well. But I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole. An interesting book I'm currently reading. I know I tell you guys all this stuff. I've been reading a lot of books lately. I probably should have always been reading tons of books, but life gets busy, and I've been trying to establish. Part of my New Year's resolution this year was to start to get back to reading books, get away from the headlines. They just kind of basically scramble your brain, and it's get back, see the bigger picture. Um, you know, Read every day. That's my goal. I try to read a chapter a day. I've been getting through. I told you guys I've been reading Kissinger's Diplomacy. I read that book. I read a Boom Bust book about, I'm really interested in economic history, and I guess kind of like political history. Although I studied a lot of the international relations stuff when I was in university a while back. But the economic history, the Boom Bust book, that's just such an invaluable book. If you guys ever get a chance, pick it up. It's about 200 pages, definitely worth the read. Um, it goes through the mechanics of financial bubbles, just really pertinent to if you're an investor of any kind in any asset, you should be reading a book like that. Um, I can't say enough good things about it. It's definitely eye-opening. I read, Diplomacy by Henry Kissinger. I mean, that's just a great, international political type book about changing world orders and peace settlements, all sorts of different things. There's tons of great information in that book. It really teaches you the workings of global affairs, global power politics, geopolitics, and it's just really useful, especially now. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing now, has happened before in history and has its roots in history. And nations, they have their vital interests, they have their ways of doing things. So yeah, it's a really great read. So I finished reading that. I read another book about basically the pre-World War One to 1945, and it was more of a kind of like a cultural history book, kind of like a lot of theory, philosophical type things. Basically, how the death of modernism, and in 1916, in the depths of the First World War, and how it just completely destroyed everything, and until it was rebuilt after the Second World War. Anyways, I don't want to get too far down that rabbit hole, but just another thing I picked up. But more recently, the book I'm currently reading right now, I'm about halfway through it. Again, if you are an investor, or if you're just interested in, global affairs, economics, that type of thing, it's Ray Dalio's books. It's called The Changing World Order, Principles of something. I can't really remember the full title, but it's The Changing World Order. And he goes into, there's also a video on YouTube. It's about 45-minute YouTube video on it, and it's kind of like the bare bones gist of the book. So yeah, it's I watched the YouTube video, and I'm kind of reading through the book, because I don't really, he goes into like a lot of the economic history, a lot of like the changing of global currencies and stuff like that, the rise and fall of empires, and that it's all very useful knowledge, and it's stuff that we're seeing play out today. Like, I feel like we're living at like one of those um like transitional periods of history, um, where there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's just so many different things happening on so many different levels. It's really confusing. It's really hard for people to grasp and understand, the big picture, when so many things are coming at us on a daily basis. So it's actually worthwhile, and worth your time to go back and take a look at some of these books. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that. I'll let you guys know probably in my next video. I'll be done reading it. I got another book queued up. It's about the Thucydides Trap, a book by Graham Allison. I don't know what that book's called. I forget, but anyways, I got it on order, and that will be more of like a political book. It might get into some financial economic history and that, but I suspect it's probably more kind of political geopolitics, that type of stuff. But again, it's just, you know it's good to know these things. It's good to gain perspective. Um, so that's basically what I've been doing. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all still collecting and stacking. I did yesterday, by the way. I picked up some more oil shares. I'm glad I did. It's up today. um, but I think, like, we're really seeing the big picture now. We've had Elon Musk come out, talk about inflation, raising prices. We had Warren Buffett buying that huge stake in Occidental Petroleum. I've picked up a few more shares in some of the Canadian oil sands companies. They're dirt cheap. I mean, you have Biden going around the world asking Venezuela for oil and Iran for oil and everything like that. Meanwhile, he canceled the Keystone XL pipeline. Why? I don't know. I guess to placate the environmental movement. But, like, look at the situation. Now you're out of oil and you got to go beg Venezuela. You have a pipeline that's built or just about ready for completion. You have tons of oil sands in Canada. It's not Venezuelan oil sands. And you're not having to buy it from Iran, like a sworn enemy that's killed Americans. Like, the stuff that, like, I just cannot believe the stuff that's gone on. Same with Europe. They demonize Canadian oil, and but they're lining up to buy everything Putin can give to them. Like, it's just, the world is so upside down, and it's just really insane. But I'm glad that I had the foresight to stick with my investments in commodities. I have taken profits in some of my shares, but I've bought back in. I think this is going to be a huge problem. It's hard for me to really see how Russia is going to really reintegrate back into the global order, in any way that existed pre-Ukrainian invasion. I think this is a big game changer, and the further along this goes, the more dangerous the situation becomes. but also I think that's going to put a premium to be honest, on Canadian oil. I think these oil sand stocks are going to be worth their weight in gold because people are going to start shutting up and doing what they ought to have done a long time ago, which is buy from safe, secure, stable, friendly countries and not buy from ruthless, brutal dictators that have done everything to undermine the interest of the Western world. So that's my video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this stuff. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, check out my website, My Road to Wealth and Freedom. I'm going to throw up an article about that gold coin, about that gold quarter eagle tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy it. And that's all for today, guys. Take care.